Hello there. Today I will be ranking all of our players from who I think is most likely to win, to least likely, in a tier list. This will be based on how their game is looking going into next week, their potential long-term prospects, and how I think the edit is factoring into their chances to win or go far. This ranking is my own personal opinion, and will probably change massively from week to week, but these are my thoughts after episode 7. I also want to point out that tiers are not ordered in any particular way. The person who went home this week was Dwight. Overall, Dwight didn't hold very much power in the game, so it wasn't particularly hard to vote him out this week. He started off the game on the wrong side of Vesey, which meant that he never had a strong alliance with Cody and Jesse, who decided to flip on Vesey and vote out Dwight. First in the D tier this week is Ryan. It was another quiet episode for Ryan, and we see that he hasn't formed any strong bonds or relationships since the merge started. Ryan was considered as a target this episode, which means he is on the radar of the other players, so I feel that he has a high chance to go home, combined with a low amount of power. Next in the D tier this week is Noelle. Noelle is now in a situation where her closest ally in Dwight went home, and she is now on the radar of other players and is likely to be targeted in coming weeks. Noelle has some potential to get allies together to potentially rise, but it will be tough for her moving forward, and I don't think steal a vote will save her. First in the C tier this week is Gabler. Gabler was a target this week, so it was fortunate for him that he was able to clutch out immunity. Hopefully his plan of flying under the radar can work for him, but I can also see him continuing to be a target from here on out. His previous allies no longer trust him, so he will have to work to forge new relationships if he wants to last in the game. Next in the C tier this week is Jeanine. Jeanine is in one of the worst spots in the game, as she has had many things go wrong for her game in recent weeks. She lost her closest ally in Elie, another ally in Dwight, and lost her idol on top of that. At this point, Jeanine is essentially alone in the game, but I think she will fly under the radar and not be a target in the short term, so I am curious to see how she does later in the game if she can stay in. Next in the C tier this week is Owen. Owen still has allies in the game at this point, but it feels as if he is slipping in the game recently. He appears to have been left out of the Dwight vote, which would indicate he's on the outs of the tribe. Ultimately, Owen has been a quiet player in the game, so I am interested to see how he maneuvers through the game moving forward. First in the B tier this week is Cassidy. Cassidy has had a quiet merge so far, so we don't know much about her game and how it has progressed. It seems that she is still solid with her Coco alliance, and she voted correctly this tribal, so it seems that she is in a fine spot, but not much else can be gleaned at this point. Next in the B tier this week is James. James was a target this week, but he has formed a good enough relationship with enough people to ultimately stay safe for this week. He ended up obtaining the knowledge is power advantage this week, which gives him huge power if he can correctly guess who has an idol, but he also has a larger target on his back. I am worried that he could go home soon because of this, but he could still go far in the game. First in the A tier this week is Cody. Cody was one of the players calling the shots this week, and it seems that he was able to solidify some allies in the Coco tribe over some former Vesey members. Cody ultimately was a part of Jesse's larger plan, but he is in a good spot to win from this position and I don't expect him to go home anytime soon. Next in the A tier this week is Sami. It has been a quiet merge for Sami, but he has been able to share some thoughts showing that he still has good instincts for the game, even if he is more under the radar. He was included in the Dwight vote, which I think shows that he was able to form good connections for this vote, which makes me optimistic for the future of Sami's game. First in the S tier this week is Jesse. Jesse seems to be in a power position at this point in the game, gaining the trust of new allies to work with and getting someone he wanted out of the game, all while getting closer to Cody by doing it. It seems that he is close to Karla, another strong player in the game, which makes me think he could go far into the game, with chances to win. Next in the S tier this week is Karla. Karla has had a quiet merge so far, but she is still in a great spot moving forward thanks to her alliance with the Coco tribe and Jesse. She hasn't been targeted by anyone so far, and she has the trust of seemingly everyone. If this keeps up for her, I can see her having great chances to win. There is my current tier list of who I think is most likely to win and make it far. Keep in mind that these are just my opinions, and I am unspoiled this season, and this is very subject to change. We will see if anyone else will be able to rise to the S tier, and I am interested to see how the rest of the season will shake out. Thanks for watching.